Hey, morning everyone. Just a quick video from me before I start my 3-week pre-launch for my online business. I thought it was important for me to talk to you all about firstly where I've come from with fitness training, so you've got a bit of a background about me. As you can see, my videos are going to be pretty raw. They're going to be how I am in general. I'm not going to be someone that I'm not, because that's not how I operate. So I might not say things correctly. I might swear a little bit, but I'm passionate about fitness and well-being and ensuring that I look after people the best I can. This here is Zulu, and at the back is Moochie back there. Okay guys, so just quickly, a bit about me. I started fitness training probably when I was about, started when I was 5. I've always been involved in sports and I've always tried to be fit, and nothing much has changed at all. What's changed is I'm older, I'm a little bit grayer, but apart from that, I've continued to try and do what I love, as in hobbies, sports, activities, and work. Back then, when I was 5, I pretty much went through all the sports. Played soccer, rugby league, tennis, squash. Played at different levels in sort of a representative grades back home in New Zealand. And then from then, I moved into the New Zealand Army. I was in the New Zealand Army for just on 13 years. In that time, I became an assistant physical training instructor, which is a 6-week course where I learned anatomy and physiology, lesson planning, how to program, how to structure classes, and how to work with people in fitness. After that, I made the decision to leave the job that I was on, which was an infantier, and then moved to a selection process to be a PTI. PTI is a physical training instructor that aims at improving fitness for people in the army and getting them ready to prepare to fit to fight and prepare to deploy overseas. Great job. Learn a lot about classes, managing people, events, any type of classes that you can name. You do a lot through the army. Marching, running, fitness testing, events, fartlek training, repetition running, interval training. There's so many variables that you learn, and it starts at a really good basis. I really enjoyed my time through then, and had a lot of good instructors that taught me standards and ethics that I should stand by, and a lot of those ethics are things that I still try and stand by now. Fast forward to today. I'm now still in the fitness industry. I've come over to Australia just over 10-12 years ago, and I've gone to working in gyms in Australia, from being a receptionist, taking circuit classes, to being a PT, to co-managing a gym, and going back to PT, which was what I love. To explain where I've come through with training, I learned a lot from my instructors back in the army. A lot of guys were training or studying pull check back then, so I learned a little bit of that stuff, and also their experiences and education through what they do. A lot of them have been at a high level through rugby, touch, rugby league, and soccer, so I learned quite a bit off that. And then and also through my own experience as well, through playing a lot through that time. When I came over to Australia, I was traditional training. That was all I knew, and wanted to keep educating myself, and then went through and learnt off a guy called Ian O'Dwyer. Did some mentoring off Ian when I was managing a place in the Sunshine Coast. Learned a lot about functionality, movements, corrective exercises, how to help people in a sedentary life, or lower back pain, knees, thoracic mobility, a lot of stuff that's how you can assess people smarter, and that really helped with the functional side. I then went into and learnt off a guy called Mark Twight. Mark Twight is the guy that trained the guys off 300, and enjoyed that. A lot of intensity, different variables, and did that for about a year, and took a lot of good information off that, and I still wanted to find more. I still wanted to find my direction. I had this, but I still wanted to go a bit more. I went through and learnt of a guy called Scott Abel, and got mentored and coached by him for over a year with a couple of mates of mine, with Leon, and also Dana as well. We went through and planned that, and went through that, and that was awesome. Learnt a lot about programming design through him, and still was looking for something. So I went through Ian O'Dwyer for functional training, had a look at Mark Twight, had a look at Scott Abel, and still wasn't sure on how I wanted to go with training. And this is like years of experimenting, so it wasn't just 3-4 weeks. I took a lot of time to take everything in, and then I was studying or looking at a guy called Carlos Santana, JC, not the musician, and he's a strength and conditioning coach in America. Made a decision to go over to Florida in 2011. Went over with Dana, and then we went through and had a really good insight, or a direction, or it pretty much confirmed on what I wanted to do, on the way I wanted to train. He was training Olympians, MMA fighters, at everyone at a high level, and then everyone like 50-60 year olds, and was using methodologies, processes that he's been teaching and learnt over a long period of time. So we're talking like 40-50 years. He's worked all the stuff out. He's a massive brain in the fitness industry. And what I liked about him is he kept shit simple, man. In the fitness industry, we make things really hard. He made it really simplistic. When I came back to Australia, it confirmed the way I wanted to do things. It was confirmed by someone that had been in the industry longer than me, and I confirmed it with my own people, training myself obviously first, and with my own clients. And I've mixed and dwelled into all these people that I've learnt off, and I now have those different processes that I can teach people. So you can use a little bit of that. So I don't marry myself to any training modality. I use what's needed when needed. So guys, that's me. That's what I've learnt over that time. I've continued to grow through different variables that I've learnt, but a lot of good people on the way have helped me, and I've continued to try educate myself as well. Going on to now, I'm now an affiliate of Zoo, which is bodyweight movement, and has a lot of variables about injury prevention, high threshold, high intensity conditioning if you want that, and it can also be low intensity. You use it as a regression or degression. I also use that and mix that into what I do, and some other variables with Anchor, which is another way to train as well. I've used all this, and I'm now going to bring this online to you all, and the aim to help everyone. So guys, that's the roots of where I've come from. This is what I'm bringing, all my experience to you guys, and then yeah, that's us going online on Monday. Very raw as you can see, but that's me, man. Yeah, that's just the way I am. Alright guys, have a great day. Long video, but yeah, I'll see you guys online. Later.